morning children, hearty welcome to our online class, class 8, subject science. Today in unit 5, that is in atomic structure, we are going to see 3 different topics. One will be the ion, and the second topic is chemical formula, and the third topic is law of chemical combination. Now let us see the first topic, that is ion. In an atom, number of protons is equal to the number of electrons, and hence an atom is electrically neutral. But during chemical reaction, unstable atom try to attain stable electronic configuration either by gaining or losing electrons. When an atom gains electron, it has more number of electrons and it carries negative charge. Similarly, when an atom loses electron, it has more number of protons and it carries positive charge. So atoms which carry positive or negative charge is called as ions. So what is meant by an ion? Atoms which do carry positive or negative charge is said to be ion. And when an atom loses electron, we used to represent it as plus sign. While an atom gains electron, we used to represent it as minus sign or negative sign. There are 2 different types of ions. One will be the cation and the second type will be the anion. Now let us see what is meant by a cation. So if an atom loses one or more electron during a chemical reaction, it will have more number of positive charge in it. So these are said to be cation or positive radicals. So what is meant by a cation? If an atom loses one or more electron during a chemical reaction, it do have more number of protons and hence it is said to be a cation or positive radical. So if you see here in this picture, it is the element of sodium atom. So in sodium atom, the atomic number of sodium is 11. And hence in the outermost shell, you can able to see only one electron will be there in its outermost shell. So sodium atom, based upon the octet rule, it do lose one electron or it will immediately lose one electron to attain its stable electronic configuration, and hence the sodium atom will become sodium ion by losing one electron, and hence it is said to be Na plus. The chemical symbol for sodium is Na, and since it loses one electron, we used to represent it as plus symbol or positive sign. So for sodium, we used to mention it as Na plus. Now let us move into the anion. So what is an anion? If an atom gains one or more electron during a chemical reaction, it will have more number of electrons in it or more number of negative charge in it. These are said to be anions or negative radicals. So anion is the one which do, when an atom gains one or more electron during a chemical reaction, it will have more number of negative charge on it. These are called as anions or negative radicals. Now you may see an example for this anion, that is chlorine atom. And do you know what is the atomic number for chlorine? Yes, it is 17. So based upon the octet rule, or for the to attain the stable electronic configuration, the chlorine atom will immediately gain electron from some other atom. So in the outermost shell, you may able to see for the chlorine atom, it do have 7 electrons in the outermost shell. So to attain the stable electronic configuration, the chlorine atom will immediately gain 1 electron to become the stable atom. So in case of chlorine, you may mention it as chlorine minus or Cl minus, because it gains 1 electron and hence it is an anion. So what is a cation? Which do gain or which do lose electron is said to be a cation, while in case of an anion, which do gain electron is said to be an anion. Now let us see different valent ions. An ion is monovalent, divalent, trivalent or tetravalent. If it is a monovalent, then it is said to be 1, and if it is a divalent, it is 2. for trivalent it is 3 and for tetravalent it is 4. The valency of an anion or cation is a number which express the number of hydrogen atoms or any other monovalent atoms to give a compound. For example, 2 hydrogen atoms will combine with one sulfate atom to form sulfuric acid. Likewise, if you see for the valency of some anions here, for example, for the compound HCl, formula for anion is here the anion is chloride only. It is said to be the anion and hence it is Cl minus, and the valency of anion here is only 1. For sulfate, in case of sulfuric acid, the name of the anion is sulfate and the valency of anion here is 2. For nitric acid, the name of anion here is nitrate and the valency of anion is 1. For carbonate, it is CO3 2 minus, that is said to be the anion here and the valency is 2. Likewise, we can able to write the name of the anion and their corresponding valencies also. For hydroxide it is 1 and for sulfide it is 2. For oxide ion it is 2. Now let us see valency of some cations also. In case of sodium chloride, can you say which is the cation here? Yes, it is sodium. In case of potassium chloride, the name of the cation is potassium. Likewise, we may able to write the formula and valency for some cations also. In case of sodium chloride, the name of the cation here is sodium and it is Na plus and the valency for cation here is 1. Similarly, for potassium it is K plus and the valency of cation here is 1. For ammonium it is NH4 plus and the valency is 1. Likewise, for magnesium it is Mg2 plus and the valency is 2. For calcium it is Ca2 plus and the valency of the cation here is 2. And for aluminium the valency is 3. Now let us move into the next topic, that is chemical formula. So what is the chemical formula? It is the shorthand notation of a molecule of a substance or any compound, and it shows the actual number of atoms of each element present in a molecule of a substance. And if we want to write the chemical formula for any substance or for any compound, the steps we need is, your first step is you have to write the symbol of their corresponding elements. So if we want to write the chemical formula for calcium chloride, so you need to write the symbol of calcium and chlorine. So what is the symbol for calcium? It is Ca, and for chlorine it is Cl. And next step, you have to write the valencies of those corresponding elements. For calcium it is 2 and for chlorine the valency is 1. And for the third step, you have to interchange those valencies. So 2 will come for chlorine and 1 will come for calcium. When you interchange the valency of the corresponding element, Ca1 Cl2, and hence we can able to arrive the chemical formula for calcium chloride, that is CaCl2. Likewise, we can able to write the chemical formula for any molecule or for any compound. First, we have to write the symbol of corresponding elements, and you have to write the valencies of those elements, and the next step you need to interchange those valencies. At last, you can able to arrive the chemical formula for corresponding molecule or for corresponding compound. And next one, chemical equation. And chemical equation is a shorthand representation of a chemical reaction with the help of chemical symbols and formulae. And it do have two components. One will be the reactant and second one will be the product. Reactants are the substance that take part in a chemical reaction, and the products are the substance that are formed in a chemical reaction. And now, steps in writing the skeleton equation. Before writing the balanced equation of a chemical reaction, skeleton equation is written. The following are the steps involved in writing the skeletal equation. First, you need to write the symbols and formula of each of the reactant on the left hand side, and you need to join them by plus sign. For example, here you need to write the symbol and chemical formula for those elements, and you have to combine them by means of using plus sign followed by an arrow mark which means gives. And then you need to write the right hand side formulae and symbols of the corresponding products. The equation thus returned is said to be the skeletal equation, which is said to be an unbalanced equation. And in the product, if it is a gas, you need to mention by means of an upward arrow mark, and if it is a precipitate, you need to represent by means of an downward arrow mark. So while writing the chemical equation, first you have to write the corresponding symbol and formula for each of the reactant followed by an arrow mark, and you need to write the symbol and chemical formula for their product also. At last you have to mention the upward arrow mark for any gaseous substance, and you have to mention the downward arrow mark for if it is a precipitate. And now let us move into the laws of chemical combinations. By studying quantitative measurements of many reactions, it was observed that reactions taking place between various substances are governed by certain laws. So here you will be having 4 laws. One will be the law of conservation of mass, and second one is law of constant proportion, and third one is law of multiple proportion, and the last one Gay-Lussac's law of gaseous volumes. In this unit you will be having only the first 2 laws, that is law of conservation of mass and law of constant proportions. First we will see the law of conservation of mass. It relates the mass of the reactant and products during the chemical change, and it has been given by the French chemist, that is Lavoisier, during the year 1774. It states that during any chemical change, the total mass of the product is equal to the total mass of the reactant, or mass can neither be created nor be destroyed during any chemical reaction, and it is also known as law of indestructibility of mass. And next one, law of constant proportion. This was proposed by a famous scientist, Joseph Proust, in 1779, and according to this law, in a pure chemical compound, the elements are always present in definite proportions by mass. So in our today's session, we have seen what is an ion and what are the different types of ion, that is cation and anion, and we have seen the different valent ions and how to write the chemical formulae for any substance or for any molecule, and we have seen the laws of chemical combinations. Now let us move into today's home fun. Your first question is what is an anion and cation, and the second question, how to write chemical formulae for any substance, and the third question, define law of conservation of mass. Thank you.